Okay, we are live for the Vipers against the Defenders. Let me pull up the game. I'm on a bit later than I wanted to. But we're here. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on, let me find the game. Let's see, where is it? Hold on, give me a second. Alright, but welcome to the stream, everybody. I'll get a poll out in a second. Make sure to let me know in the comments who you guys have winning. Let me pull the game up real quick. We just started. Hold on. Logging in. And okay. Here we are. Okay. So the Vipers with the football first. Luis Perez comes on as quarterback. Found it just in time. Luis Perez last week, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Now the Vipers, they're having their home opener in a minor league baseball stadium, Cashman Field. And, wow, how did they have the ball over midfield already? Okay, I missed the kickoff, so it must be an insane return. But, the Vipers with the ball at the 45-yard line. Perez in shotgun. Rod Smith is the back. Here is Perez. He's going to go down the sideline. Almost a spectacular catch, and it almost picked off. But instead, that pass falls incomplete. It's looking for number 14. I don't know who that is. Back shoulder. Down the sideline. Sorry. Trying to look at something. It's very small. Okay, getting the scoreboard up. Give me a second. I couldn't tell if the I in Vipers was capitalized or not. So. Because I do that all the time. I accidentally hold in shift for an extra character. Alright, here is Perez in shotgun again. Play action. Quick throw. Batted at the line and incomplete. Looking for Jeff Badette over the middle. Had himself a very nice game in the opener a week ago. As he had like 75 yards and 2 touchdowns. And did most of it in the first half. Alright, so I'm going to pull up the comments. Sorry, it took me a while to get there. But here's a 3rd and 10 from the 45. They've not been able to move the ball on the first 2 plays. They've gone incomplete and incomplete. 14 motions into the backfield. Don't know who that is. Here is Perez to throw. He's pressured. And he fires the outside. That's incomplete. And they will go a quick 3-and-out to start the game. Give me a second to get the comments up. And also, let me know in the comments who you guys have winning. I've got the excuse me. I got the Vipers in a close game. I think I said 21-18. You're going with the Defenders, and you're going with the Vipers, okay? Game I'm definitely split on. Here is Michael Carrizosa on to punt it away. And, oh, that's not what I want. On the return, it's taken down at the 13-yard line. Not much of a return there. Alright, Jordan Tayama leads the Defenders onto the field. Get back to that in a second. Let me put a poll out. Who will win? Defenders or Vipers? Alright, make sure to vote on that poll. And let me know who will win. If you guys have a score prediction, let me know in the comments. Alright, so the Defenders on the field for their first possession. Here is the give to Abram Smith up the middle. And Smith gets a solid push from the line. Gains about 2. Alright, here's a 2nd and 9. I'm pulling up the rosters for each side. Here's Tayamu to throw. Quick throw that is knocked away and incomplete. Number 22 knocks that away. I don't know who these guys are. I'm still pulling the rosters up. We'll get to that in a second. He was looking for number 1. Chris Blair. And it was knocked away. Alright, here's a 3rd and 9. Both teams with early 3rd and longs. Here's Tayamu to throw. He's pressured. He loses the ball. The ball is still free. And it is scooped up by the Vipers. And he's marked down at the 2-yard line. The Vipers defense gets pressure. And they force Tayamu into a turnover. Number 0 came in off the edge. That is Pita Temoapinu. Probably said that wrong. But he knocks that out and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They are taking a look at this to see if the ball did come out prior to Tayamu being down. Hard to tell from this angle. I'm sure we'll get a better angle. Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the Vipers at the 2. Yes, the ball is clearly out. It's definitely a fumble. And let's see where they got the recovery. It was recovered at the 2, then he lunged towards the end zone, but one of the officials ruled him down at the 2. And we've also got an injured player, number 67 of the defenders. So hopefully he's okay. That is 67 offensive lineman, Cody Conway. So he's helped off the field, and let's see what they end up ruling this play. They're going to keep the ruling of a fumble, giving the ball at the 2. Alright, so from the 2, here is Luis Perez under center. Here he's going to hand off to DeAndre Torrey, lined up as fullback, and he's in for a touchdown. A quick drive there, one play. They give it to the versatile back, DeAndre Torrey. They line him up at fullback, and he's in for a touchdown, getting the Vipers on the board first, as their defense comes up with a huge play and sets them up. Now let's see what they're going to opt to go with here on as the extra point. The success rate for teams so far, they've got a 14% success rate on 1-point conversions, 1 of 7, 4 of 10 on 2 points or 40%, and 3 of 6 on 3-point conversions, 50%. Viper's going to line up to go for 2. Perez into shotgun, looks to throw. He's pressured, escapes the rush, and now he gets hit hard, and he goes down for a sack. Number 5 of the defense there takes him down. That's Reggie Northrup, linebacker at Florida State. Alright, so the Vipers, they will stay at a 6-0 lead, but still a lead. And a good start for them. And now the defenders will get the football back. And let's see if they can hold on the ball for more than like 3 plays this time. I mean, they're probably going to have to punt anyway. And then they just ended up turning it over and giving them the ball right there. Hold on, give me a second to pull up some stats. Alright, so the Vipers set to kick it away here. And it is going to be a touchback as it goes into the end zone. Not something you see that often in the XFL, but you see it here. And Tayamu and the defender's offense will take the field at, I don't know exactly where it is for a touchback, because there's not many of them. Might be the 25. It is going to be the... Where does the ball go for a touchback? It is... Never mind. It is the 35. Okay. But, results in the poll so far, 50% of you guys have said the Defenders, 50% have said the Vipers. Pretty split so far. First and 10, Tayamu winds up under center. Here is the give to Abram Smith, and he is swarmed in the backfield, able to break some of those tackles, and then gets that he's only able to lose a yard. But he ran into, like, two defenders. Actually, two Viper defenders, sorry. Right at the... right as he got the football. Alright, here's a second down for the defenders. Second and 11. Tayamu in shotgun here. Abram Smith, the back lineup to the left. Here's Tayamu to throw. Again, he's pressured. He's able to get this one out underneath. And big hit there. Forces him out of bounds after a gain of 10. There's been a lot of big hits in the XFL. There's another one. And Tayamu completes it to number 1. I said him before. 1. That's Chris Blair who makes the catch there. Here's the third and 1 they give to Abram Smith. He lowers the shoulder, and he's got a first down. Gains 2 on the play as the defenders are able to move the chains. Here is a first and 10. Alright, first and 10, Tayamu looks to throw. Quick throw, that is caught. And about a gain of 10 gives him another first down. That's Chris Blair with his third catch of the day so far. Actually, second. The first one was incomplete. Alright, first and 10. Inside Viper territory, here is Tayamu. Quick throw. That is incomplete. He was looking for number 0 there. That is Josh Hammond. Alright, here is a second and 10. After the incompletion, Tayamu in shotgun. Looks to throw. Quick throw, that is incomplete. Again, he's looking for Hammond. Hammond is looking for a flag, but that there is no flag. That's incomplete and brings up a third and 10. And something I've liked what the defenders have been doing so far is they've been getting the ball out quickly, because the Vipers have a really, really good pass rush, led by former NFL Defensive Player of the Year Vic Beasley. So, obviously, Tayamu's got to get the ball out quickly, and he's been doing that a lot. And when he's holding on to the ball, he's gotten sacked. Here's play action on third and 10. Tayamu goes down the field. That is incomplete again. Josh Hammond is the target. And he overthrows him, incomplete. And the Vipers' defense forces a punt. Now, another thing to watch is how the Vipers are after their start, because last week they started off fantastic, up 14-3 at the half, but then they didn't do anything after that, and they ended up losing 22-20. But again, they start good here. Let's see if they can continue that. Here we got a fair catch called for at the 17-yard line by Matthew Sexton, and that is where the Vipers will take over after their defense forces a punt. It appears as if we might be getting a quarterback change for the Vipers with Brett Hundley, the former NFL backup. Actually saw action when Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone, and I believe that was 2016. Let's see. But I believe we may be getting a quarterback change here for the Vipers with Brett Hundley coming on. But we'll have to wait and see when they come back from commercial. Alright, make sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already. So far, 50-50, pretty split. I would agree. I was very split on this game. And let me check my score prediction for you guys with what I said in my predictions video. Let's see. What did I say in my predictions video? Let's see. I got the Vipers, 21-18. That's what I thought I said, but 21-18 Vipers is my prediction. Make sure to vote in the poll so I know who you guys have winning. And also, if you have a score prediction, make sure to let me know in the comments. But waiting for them to come back from commercial here. The Vipers will take over at their own 17-yard line, up 6-0 after their defense forces a punt. Their defense has been really solid so far. They allowed them to move the football a bit on that pass drive, but they ended up forcing a punt. And the first drive, they forced a quick 3-and-out, but they ended up forcing a fumble. And then they ran it in for a touchdown. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial. Some updated results from the poll. 60% of you guys have said the Vipers, 40% have said the Defenders. I would agree with the majority. I think the Vipers will get their first win. And now, something to note, the attendance for the XFL has been solid, but it doesn't look like there's many people here this game. And, I mean, part of the reason is because it's in a minor league baseball stadium, which holds like 8,000 people. But it doesn't look like there's many people, so I would expect the Vipers to probably have one of the lower attendance numbers in the XFL. And on the topic of attendance, I would expect the Battlehawks to have one of the highest attendance numbers in the XFL, because ticket demands were so much, they had to open, I think it's called level 300, which is the upper deck of the dome in St. Louis, so they should have a really good crowd for their home games, which they don't actually play a home game until week 4. Alright. So they're back from commercial break here. And we do have a quarterback change. We have Brett Hundley, the former NFL backup, in for Luis Perez at quarterback for the Vipers. Hundley can do more with his legs, and he's going to start off with the give to Rod Smith running right. Smith was a solid run, gains about 5 on the play. But Brett Hundley was a 5th-round pick in the 2015 draft, went to the Packers. He played 18 games in the NFL, 9 of them starts, and his NFL career numbers, he had a little over 1,900 yards, and 9 touchdowns, 13 picks, and also had another 2 touchdowns on the ground and about 300 rushing yards. Here is the gift to Rod Smith up the middle there. He's not got a ton of space, he's got about 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd down for the Vipers. So here we got a 3rd down. And short, it's a 3rd and 2. Hundley in shotgun here. DeAndre Torrey, the back lineup to the left. Here is Hundley. The throw for the first time down the sideline. That is caught by he dropped it as he hit the ground. Martavius Bryant had it for a second, the former Steeler. And he had it for a second. As he hit the ground, he could not control it. There was a slight bobble as well. If he didn't bobble, he probably had it. But the hit to the ground knocks it free. And they go with a quick 3 and out. So the Vipers, they send on the punt unit, and the defenders' defense comes up with a stop. 4th and 2. Here they send it away. And on the return, doesn't have much space to go. And he's up to the 37-yard line. And that is where the defenders' offense will take over, trailing 6-0. And it is officially marked that they will take over at their 30... 35, I think. Am I far behind? Because I'm looking at the Gamecast. Oh yeah, I'm really far behind. Sorry about that. Quick throw, Ethan Wolf, the tight end, makes the catch. I was really far behind. I don't know how I got that far behind. But I got the punt. I missed 3 plays. So there was a 11-yard pass. Okay, why don't I just get back to the game? Sorry about that. I did not even realize I was that far behind. Okay, here is a 3rd and 2 for the defenders. Tayamu in shotgun here. He looks to throw. Here's a quarterback draw. And Tayamu, with space ahead of him, he's out of bounds. With a big run there, he picks up the first down. It was a design quarterback run. And the defenders pick up the first down. Sorry about how far behind I was. Okay, here is a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Ethan Wolf, the tight end for the defenders in motion. Here is Tayamu handing off, I forgot this guy's name, number 23, and he's able to get maybe a yard. Not much space there. 23, that is Raquel Armstead. So here we got a 2nd down for the defenders. Looks like a very windy day in Las Vegas. They're showing airs around, flags blowing. The trees are blowing in the wind. Alright, 2nd and 9. Here is Tayamu in shotgun. Armstead remains the running back. He's lined up to Tayamu's right. Low snap. Tayamu protected well this time. Now he fires over the middle. That is caught by Chris Blair. And he gains 8. That is his 4th or 5th target already. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Alright, here is a 3rd and 1. Looks like they're going to go I formation as they brought in an extra offensive lineman as well. No, did they bring in an extra lineman? I think they did. And now we got a timeout called for us, play clock winding down. Okay, these guys need to get their graphics correct. They've had it so many times when it's wrong. They just put Vipers timeout, but the defenders called a timeout. And before they were showing the caption they had up was Vipers offensive coordinator when it was the defenders offensive coordinator. So they've got to fix that. But here's a 3rd and 1 for the defenders after the timeout. They're first spent by either team, and there's now 4:37 to go in the first quarter. Okay, here is a 3rd and 1. Let's see what they opt to go with here. Tayamu in shotgun. Here is another design run. Teamu is not going to get there. And he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up a 4th and 1. I would not be shocked to see them go for it here. From the 29, it'd be... what? What would this be? From the 29, this would be a 46-yard field goal. You could go for the field goal, but I would not be shocked to see them go for it. And it appears if they are going to go for it, as they're going to keep the offense on the field. 4th and 1 here. Teamu under center. He's going to hand off to Armstead. He's going to bounce this outside. Stiff arms a guy. And he's got a 1st down. And we got a flag down, so hold everything. This is going to come back. It's going to be a hold. And now, another interesting decision. They'll probably punt it. Because, I don't know, will they attempt a 56-yard field goal? But a holding on an offensive lineman for the defenders. So now 4th and 11, they're not going to go for this anymore. That would not make any sense. And yeah, they're going to punt it away. Daniel Whelan on to punt. Matthew Sexton back deep to receive. Here is the kick. It's a high kick. And fair catch at the 8-yard line. And that is where the Vipers will take over. Flag 4th and 11 now, yeah. They were going for it, they had it, but then the holding penalty knocked them back and they're forced to punt. Some updated results from the polls, still updated results 50-50. And I would definitely agree. I think it's a very tough game to predict. And speaking of polls, I also put a poll out in the community tab of my channel where you guys can make sure to frequently check for polls, updates, anything like that. And I said, who do you think will win this XFL game? 58% said the Vipers, 42% said the Defenders. Alright, so let's see what the Vipers opt to go with a quarterback here for this drive. Well, I don't know. I could see them going back to Brett Hundley, but also Luis Perez. Probably, I'd expect them to keep Hundley in there, as he had one drive. I'd expect them to keep him in, but obviously we'll have to wait and see. So, waiting for them to come back from commercial after the punt, the Vipers will take over at their 8-yard line. So yeah, they take over at their own 8 after the punt. Waiting for them to come back from commercial here. And then the Vipers will take over. Alright, some updated results from the poll. 57% of you guys have said the Defenders, 43% have said the Vipers. Make sure to vote if you guys have not already. Need to refresh against 2nd and 7. Don't have a 2nd and 7 yet. You might be a bit ahead But we got a 1st and 10 here. Brett Hundley back in at quarterback. But thanks for letting me know, because I don't know why. Sometimes it just randomly goes behind, and I don't touch it. So thanks for letting me know. But a 1st and 10 here. Here is the toss to Josh Lovett, gains 3 to bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 11. Hold on, let me refresh again just to make sure all the way. Alright. Yeah, 2nd and 7. Thanks for letting me know. I'm sorry, I don't know why it does that. Now 3rd and 6. Okay, just... So you're about a play ahead. Alright, 2nd and 7. Hundley in shotgun. Here is another give to Josh Lovett up the middle, and he's going to gain a yard. Sure thing, solar flares, yeah. Alright, here is a 3rd and 6. Let's see what the Vipers opt to go with here. It's, if I recall correctly, on each of the first 2 drives that Brett Hundley's been in here, they've went run and then run. And that set him up with a pretty big 3rd down. Or a pretty long 3rd down, I should say. This one's not the longest as a 3rd and 6. But they got to spend the timeout. Here's the play clock at 0 with 2:02 to go in the 1st quarter. Alright, but let me check what they did on the first drive that Brett Hundley was in there. They also went run and then run. That gave him a shorter 3rd down, though. Alright, so here is a 3rd and 6. For the Vipers. Each side now with 2 timeouts to go. There are 2 timeouts remaining, I should say. 3rd and 6, empty backfield for Hundley. Defenders drop out of the blitz they show. Hundley looks to throw. Underneath, that is caught. And he's got a 1st down up to the 20-yard line. That is caught by Sneak Sweeting. And the Vipers are able to move the chains. Alright, 1st and 10 from the 20. Hundley off play action, quick throw. That is caught by the tight end, number 86, for a gain of 8. 86 is Brandon Dillon. And that'll bring up a 2nd and short here after a good gain on 1st down. It is a 2nd and 3. Here is the touch pass to Jeff Badette, and he is going to pick up the 1st down. He's out of bounds after about a gain of 4. And the Vipers move the chains once again. We are now to 40 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. First and 10 here on what could be the final play of the 1st quarter. Play clock winding down. Hundley just gets the snap off. Here he's going to hand off to DeAndre Torrey. And Torrey will gain 3 on the give. And that will bring us to the 2nd quarter. Sorry, I also just realized I've got the ball marker by the defenders when the Vipers got the football. Alright, so we head to quarter number 2. The Vipers lead 6-0 after their defense forced a turnover and given the ball at the 2. So, when we begin the second quarter, the Vipers will have a 2nd and 7 from their own 35. Give me 1 second just to check something real quick. Give me 1 second. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial to begin the second quarter. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial. The Vipers lead the defenders 6-0 here as we begin the second quarter. Now they're back from commercial. Okay, they're showing the championship odds, and they got half these logos wrong. They've got the Sea Dragons logo for the Vipers, they've got the Vipers logo for the Brahmas, and they've got the Brahmas logo for the Sea Dragons. The rest of the logos are correct, but I mean, at least make sure your graphics look good before you put them up on screen. That's something that the XFL has done so far that's been kind of strange. They've had so many mistakes that they've just displayed anyway. 2nd and 7, here is Hundley to throw. He's going to set up the screen, or try to, but that is knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get the ball to Josh Lovett, but he was pressured on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Number 97 for the defenders is slow to get up. That is Karin Reed. Hopefully he's okay, and hopefully I said his name correctly. Alright, so here we go. A 3rd and 7 for the Vipers. Third and 7 from the 35, first down at the 42-yard line. And we got The wind blows the ball off the spot, and the official comes in to respot it. Very windy at the game so far. And we can definitely see that impact teams kicking field goals. Here's a 3rd and 7. Hundley gonna go deep down the field for Geronimo Allison, and it is incomplete. Former Packer to former Packer. Incomplete. Was also forced towards the sideline, and might have stepped out before he caught that. But Brett Hundley, former Packer quarterback, backup quarterback, but did start when Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone, to the former Packer wide receiver Geronimo Allison, who spent, I believe it was 4 years in the NFL. I feel like it was more than that, though. 4th and 7, the Vipers punted away. And we got a fair catch called for at the 30-yard line, and that is where the defenders' offense will take over for their first drive of the second quarter. Alright, so Tayamu and the defenders back on the field offensively, 1st and 10 at their own 30. Here is Tayamu in shotgun here. Quick throw over the middle, that is... Where is the ball? Okay, it somehow ended up in the hands of Abram Smith, but it must have bounced to him. But it got batted, and then I could not track it through the air, because it got batted at the line of scrimmage, and I had no idea where it went. But that's incomplete to bring up a 2nd and 10. Alright, here's 2nd down. 18 to go in the first half. Tayamu in shotgun. Here he looks to throw. Protected well, and that is knocked away, almost picked off. Was trying to hit the slant, but threw it more to the defender rather than his receiver. As the defender, number 27, beat the defender receiver to the football. 27, that is... Nywell Wright? I probably said that wrong. Okay, here is a 3rd and 10 for the defenders. Tayamu looks to throw. Steps up in the pocket, going to go deep down the field, and it is incomplete, overthrew everybody. Number 81 was the intended target. That is Josh Malone, wide receiver. So the defenders go a quick 3 and out. All 3 plays are incompletions. And the Vipers will now get the ball back on the punt. Matthew Sexton from his own 29 on the return. He's stripped up at his own 31, and that is where the Vipers offense will take over after their defense forces another quick 3 and out. Now, something I've noticed so far is the offense for the defenders is not great. I mean, they should be good. They've got a good running back, Abram Smith. They've got a solid offensive line. They've got a good quarterback, or what should be a good quarterback in Jordan Tayamu, but they've not been able to put it all together. Alright, some updated results from the poll. 62% of you guys have said the defenders will win. 38% have said the Vipers. I would take the Vipers. They got the lead now. I think they'll get the win. But obviously still very, 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 very early in the game. And can still go either way. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break after the punt, and the defenders take over. No, the Vipers take over, sorry. So the Vipers, they will take over for the... Wait, the Vipers, right? Yeah, the defenders, they just had 3 straight incompletions and then punted. Okay. So the Vipers, they take over 1st and 10 from about their own 31-yard line when we come back from commercial. Okay. They're back from commercial now. And Brett Hundley and the Vipers offense back onto the field. Quarterback comparison so far: Luis Perez 0 of 3, and Brett Hundley 3 of 6 for 20 yards. Obviously, Perez can't have any yards if he has no completions. Here is the gift to Rod Smith running right. Smith is trying to bounce this outside. He's going to get maybe a yard. Actually, maybe lost a yard. Not much space there. So, I know some people might think it's cool how they can follow the play from behind, kind of with like the sky cam, but I'm not really a big fan of that. I prefer to just see it from the normal view and then show like a replay from the sky cam. But I'm not a very big fan of how they got it from behind, like they have it right now for the 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Hundley in shotgun. He's under pressure, escapes the rush. Now he steps up in the pocket. Hundley going to take off and run. And it's hard to tell how much he gets from here. Maybe about 4. I was watching an episode of Dr. Jason. He told me, I told your story. I said he was going to send you a new microphone and stuff for your broadcasting, and stuff for broadcasting your shows. Yes. Yes, he did. And I still use that same stuff. Here is a 3rd and 7. Hundley to throw. It's going to go well, went off his back foot. He's got a receiver, and that is incomplete. Jeff Badette could not haul it in, and that brings up a 4th and 7. Good stuff. Yeah, very good stuff. Yeah, good deal, good deal. Alright, so 4th and 7 after the Vipers could not convert there on 3rd down. Here is punter Carrizosa to send it away. And short kick, it is fair call at the 34-yard line. And that is where the defenders will take over. They have not been able to move the football at all so far. They've got not many total yards. The defenders, they've got more yards than I think. They've got 51 yards, but only 2.8 yards per play, which is probably where I'm getting thrown off. I feel like every play for them is either like a 1-yard run or an incompletion. Here is a 1st and 10. Tayamu in shotgun here. Armstead the back line, which is right. Here is Tayamu. He looks to throw. Now he escapes the rush. Now he's going to take off and slide after a gain of 3. Jordan Tayamu has not gotten off to a very good start. He's 4 of 12 passing for 36 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. And he also didn't have a great game last week. He was like 9 of 24, if I recall correctly. And not great for what we expected to be one of the better quarterbacks in the XFL. Here is a 2nd and 8. Sayama looks to throw. 3-man rush for the Vipers. Underneath, that is caught by Hammond, and he's out of bounds after about a gain of 8. And it looks like they're going to give him the first down. And they move the chains for the defenders. Alright, 1st and 10. Here is the give to Armstead, and he is going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Swarmed there by a bunch of Viper defenders. If I say defenders, it's confusing because the defenders are obviously the defenders. But I swarm right there and stop to bring up a 2nd and 10. Alright, here's a 2nd and 10. Samu hands off to Armstead. He's got space to run here. He's going to gain 5 on the play. And then we're up a 3rd and 5. So we got a 3rd and 5 here for the defenders. Tayamu in shotgun. Armstead remains in at running back, lined up to the left. Here's Tayamu. He's going to roll out right, escaping the rush, directs traffic. Now he's going to take off and run, and Tayamu has a first down before he's forced out of bounds. And we got a flag that comes in. It appears as if it's a late flag, and they'll tack on 15 more. I don't really think it was a late flag there. Or there should be a late flag, but let's see. They are going to call it for personal foul, unnecessary roughness. It's on linebacker Juwan Jones. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's kind of a late hit. I think Tayamu really sold that one by falling. Alright, here is the give to Abram Smith. He's going to bounce this outside and gain maybe 2 yards to bring up a 2nd and 8. Some updated results from the poll. 56% of you guys said the defenders, 44% have said the Vipers, sorry. 56% said the defenders, 44% Vipers. Here is a 2nd and 8, 7:40 to go in the first half. The defenders putting together their best drive so far. Here is Tayamu on the design run, and he is going to slide down after like no gain. And then we're a 3rd and 9. So actually lost a yard there. Here is a 3rd and 9. Tayamu in shotgun. Now he looks to throw over the middle. That is caught for, let's see, it's going to depend on the spot. They're going to give him the first down. It's going to come in right at the marker, and they're going to give him the first down. Over the past few games I've watched, I figured rushing yards would be better than what we've seen, meaning haven't had many runs over 5 yards. Yeah, there hasn't been much space to run the football. Here is Tayamu on the run. I'll get back to that in a second. Still on his feet. He's got another first down. He's taken down at the 9-yard line. And sets the defenders up first and goal. But yeah, there has not been much space to run for many teams. I'll get back to that in a minute. Here is Tiamu with play action. Look through outside, caught by Hammond, lunging for the goal line. He's down at the 1. And that'll bring a second and goal from the 1. But yes, sir. I have also seen that there's not been many great runs. Teams have averaged not much in terms of yards per carry. Like in the NFL, you're looking for about 4 yards a carry. Really, here you've got about maybe a little under 3, which isn't great. Here is Tiamu. Hey, they lose the football, and it is bad in the air, and it is recovered by... Let's see, I think the Vipers got it. Let's see who's got it. It is Vipers football. We just got the signal. Yeah, Viper football. Right as the defenders... We're going to go put together and potentially score a touchdown. They lose the football at the goal line. And the Vipers will take over. So what happened here was it just like slipped out of the hand of Abram Smith, the defender's running back. Went up in the air, then down on the ground. Then it's hard to see who comes up with it, but there's so many Vipers there. You just got to think, how can the Vipers not come up with that? Yeah, that was an insane play. But getting back to your point about not many runs over 5 yards, there has been, like, when you look at today's game so far, the defenders are averaging 3.5 yards a carry, but a lot of that is Jordan Tiamu, who's averaging 5.7 yards a carry and has 7 carries for 40 yards. And then the Vipers, they're averaging 2.3 yards a carry. And let me check out the stats. The XFL on their website added a stats tab, which is really good so far. But, alright, apparently you can't filter it by yards per carry. But, the guy averaging the most yards per carry that is not a quarterback and actually gets some touches. I'm scrolling through trying to find it. But, like, I'm not saying someone like... let's see. Someone like Brian Hill, who's averaging 9.2 yards a carry, but only has 6 carries. The guy averaging the most is probably Morgan Ellison. He's only got 13 carries in 2 games, but he's averaging 5.2 yards a carry, and a long of 14. The longest run in the XFL so far has been 27 yards. But yeah, there has not been many long runs. I would definitely agree with you. Alright, so the Vipers, they get the football back after an insane play at the goal line, where we see the defenders, right as they're about to go, tie the game up. At least tie the game up, if not take the lead. At the 1-yard line, they fumble the football, as there wasn't a clean exchange between quarterback Jordan Tiamu and running back Abram Smith on the run left. Alright, but the defenders turn the ball over at the goal line. We've seen 2 turnovers at the goal line for the defenders. One of them, they were about to score. The other time, they were backed up their own goal line. Well, Luis Perez now back in at quarterback for the Vipers. And we got a false start. That's good. How do you back someone up from the 1? Now they're going to be snapping the ball from the half-yard line. False start on the Vipers. About half the offensive line will back them up. At the half-yard line now. By the way, Luis Perez back in at quarterback after Brett Hundley. I don't know, he wasn't great, but I wasn't terrible. Neither quarterback's been great or terrible. Perez under center. Here is they're to throw, and it is. So you get a foot down. You only need 1 foot down in the XFL. They're gonna say no, and that's incomplete to bring up a 2nd and 10. Number 16. Let's see, who was that? 16. Didn't even have a 16 on their roster. Okay, so don't know who that was, but unable to bring that one in. And now here's a 2nd and 10. Here they're gonna go with the run. Rod Smith able to get out of his end zone. Rod Smith into open space. Smith up to the 20, runs over his own guy. That's Geronimo Allison. He runs over, and he's up to the 27. By the way, that was not Geronimo Allison. He ran over. I thought I saw 19. Instead, it was tight end number 89. He ran over. I saw a 9, so I just assumed it was Geronimo Allison. It was actually Cam Sutton, but a good run there from Rod Smith gets the Vipers up to the 26. Here they're going to go back to him. Smith uses a spin move and is able to gain 3 on the play. That was a really, really big run for Rod Smith. 1, to get him out of the end zone. And 2, just moves him and gets him to move the football a bit. Because, I mean, really, what's the difference from having 3rd and 10 from your own half-yard line, or 3rd and 8 from your own 2? There's not a big difference. Here is a 3rd and 7. Again, they're going to run the football. Here is DeAndre Torrey. Tries to make a man miss in the backfield, and he's able to just get back to the line of scrimmage to bring up a 3rd and 7. Some updated results in the poll. 55% of you guys have said the defenders will win. 45% have said the Vipers. Here is a 3rd and 7, and the Vipers are going to get 5 yards here. As no offsides penalty on the defenders will give them a 3rd and 2 with 3:01 to go in the 2nd quarter. Alright, here's a 3rd and 2. Perez in shotgun. Rod Smith, the back line up to his left. Right. Here is going to be the give to Smith, and Smith is... I couldn't figure out where he ended up. I think he's got a 1st down. Defenders are saying no. And no, he does not have a 1st down. It's going to be a 4th and 1. They're going to keep the offense out there to go for it. On 4th and short, Perez is going to hand off to Smith up the middle, and he's got a 1st down, gains 2 on the play. And the gamble to go for it from their own 35 pays off. And that is now the 2-minute warning. So the Vipers, they lead 6-0. With 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And looking to make it more. The defenders really should have and could have tied it up, but obviously ended up fumbling at the goal line. Hold on, give me 1 second. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. At the 2-minute warning, the Vipers lead the defenders 6-0 and have a first down after they go forward on 4th down from their own 35 and are able to pick up 2 yards. So they will have a 1st and 10 from their own 37 when they come back from commercial. Alright, they're back from commercial here. The Vipers already with double the amount of rushing yards they've had last week. Last week they had 15 carries for 25 yards, 1.7 yards a carry. Today, they're up to 13 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown. Much, much better than running the football. Here's Perez to throw. They come after him. That is caught by Jeff Badette, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Alright, here is a 2nd and 9. Jeff Badette now lined up in the backfield here. Perez in shotgun. Here is some trickery on the reverse. They get it to 14. He cuts it up the middle, and he is tackled from behind. Gains about, I really don't know how much, maybe 5 on the play. It's hard to tell when they do from like the sky cam behind the play. It's very, very difficult to tell how much he gets. But 14 for the Vipers there, got the football. That is Sneak Sweeting. He got 4. 3rd and 6 here. Perez looks to throw. Here's going to swing this out to Badette out of the backfield, but that is whistled down for a flag, and let's see what that's going to be. That stops the clock with 52 seconds to go. We've got a false start on the Vipers, so that'll back them up 5 to make it a 3rd and 7. Nope, sorry, 3rd and 11. Third and 11 here, 52 seconds to go, 2 timeouts for each side remaining. Alright, 3rd and 11. Perez in shotgun here from zone 36. And we now have whistles, play blue and dead, and we got let's see. Was play just blown dead for no reason? Alright, I have no idea why play was blown dead there. But here is a 3rd and 11, 56 seconds to go. I'll say to adjust the clock. 56 seconds to go. Perez in shotgun. Play action. Now he's going to roll out left. Perez is going to take off and run. He is not a mobile quarterback. He's going to gain about 7 there. The Vipers are looking for a late flag as Perez was tackled somewhat late. So you could definitely see a late flag there. But no flag is thrown. That brings up a 4th and 3. And now, they could consider going for this. But I think they're just going to punt this away. But Perez, he is not a mobile quarterback. He's a pocket passing quarterback. So, it's not super often you see him get outside the pocket and go take off and run like that. But now we got a flag that comes in. We got delay a game on the Vipers. That'll back him up 5. Okay. But Perez, if he was faster, he probably could have gotten to the 1st down. But just not the fastest, not the most athletic guy in the world. He's a pocket passing quarterback. So that's a reason he couldn't get the 1st down there. Here is a 4th and 8. The Vipers to punt it away. And here is the return. Jaquez Ezzard from his own 16 on the return. He is going to get it up to the 27. And that is where the defender's offense will take over with 39 seconds to go in the 1st half. So now, we could see the defenders try to put a drive together, but then they could just take it to the half, because I believe they got the football. Yeah, they got the football at the half. But if I'm the defenders, I try to put a drive together. I've got 39 seconds, 2 timeouts, and here is Tiamu to throw. He's going to roll out right now. He's going to take off and run. And he's going to slide after picking up a 1st down. Gains 11 on the scramble. And the clock temporarily stops as he picks up the 1st down. Until the ball is spotted. It stops. It is paused. Now it starts running again. 1st and 10. Tiamu looks to throw. Quick throw that is almost picked. He threw it right to the defensive player. And it ends up falling incomplete. But Tiamu threw it right to number 1 of the defense, Mr. Harriel. Probably said that wrong. Here's a 2nd and 10. Tiamu to throw again to the outside. That is incomplete. He overthrew him. And then we're going to put a 3rd and 10. With 19 seconds to go. Alright, here's a 3rd and 10. Tiamu looks to throw. Over the middle, that is caught by Abram Smith. He's up to midfield, over midfield into Viper territory. And I'll call timeout, timeout. There we go. There's the timeout with 12 seconds to go. And the Vipers, they've got it inside Viper territory at the 49. Defender is putting together a solid drive so far. So they've got 12 seconds to go. 1st and 10 from the 49 of the Vipers. First and 10, Tayama looks to throw, can't take a sack, and almost got sacked, but we got a flag that comes in before the snap, blowing the play dead. We got a false start, so to back him up 5. And that should also... They should also give him a second back. Yeah, they do. It was on wide receiver Lucky Jackson there for the Vipers. So 1st and 15 backs him up to the 49. So apparently they were at the... No, they were at the 49. Now they're at their own 46. Sorry, I got it confused. I couldn't tell which side of midfield they were on. Alright, here is Tiamu. He looks to throw. He is escaping the rush. Now the ball is out. The ball is out. It is scooped up by Vic Beasley. Running it back. He's out of bounds with 1 second to go. That is a big mistake. Tiamu was just trying to stay on his feet. And instead he fumbles the football. Vic Beasley scoops it up and runs it back to the 25. To the 20 was actually returned. And that sets him up in field goal range for the final second of the first half. That was a crazy, crazy play there. Another mistake by the defenders offensively. A lot of them so far. 39-yard field goal attempt here for the defenders to extend their lead to 9. It is up, drifting left, and no good. And it will stay at 6-0 at halftime. So the kick, no good, and it will stay as a 6-0 Viper lead at halftime. And I'm going to go take a very short break as I do at halftime of every game. But give me 1 second. Alright, but I'm going to go take a very short break. Make sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already. Let me know your updated score prediction for the second half. Or, now that we're at halftime, 6-0 Vipers. I will let you guys know my updated score prediction when I come back. But, I'm going to go take a very short break, and I will see you in a few minutes. But, while I cover the Arlington-Houston game tomorrow, just saw your comment before I got up, but yes, I will. Tomorrow, it's at 7 short before kickoff, I will. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to go take a very short break. I will be right back in a few minutes. am. I was talking to nobody. I forgot to turn my volume back on. Sorry about that. Wow, okay. I was just talking for a while and did not realize I was muted. Thank you for letting me know. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. Very, very sorry about that. Alright, here is a 3rd and 7. Tayamu is going to find his tight end Ethan Wolf short of the first down. He's going to gain about 5, sorry, to make a 4th and 2. And let's see what the defenders will opt to go with here. Whether it will be a punt or go for it. They're going to wind up to go for it. It's a 4th and 3 from the 39. Tayamu in shotgun here. Here is the quarterback draw. Tayamu's got a first down inside the 30-yard line. He's down at the 28. And the defenders will be able to move the chains. We got another injured player here. Another Viper down on the field. And I can't tell who it is. But hopefully, whoever it is, hopefully he's okay. It is number 25, Marwin Evans. A former NFL player, another former Packer player, played 32 career games with the Green Bay Packers, and he's helped off the field, so hopefully he's okay. Alright, here is a 1st and 10 from the 29. Tayamu in shotgun here. Here is play action. It's going to go deep down the sideline. It is incomplete. Chris Blair, the intended receiver, covered nicely by number 22 of the Vipers defense. That is Adam Sparks. Here is Tayamu. We got play blown dead. Play blown dead for some reason. I think the Vipers spent their first time out. Alright, here is a 2nd and 10 with 11 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Tayamu rolls out right and fires downfield. That is caught but incomplete, as he could not get a foot in bounds. In the XFL, you only need 1 foot down, but could not even get that. Oh, actually, didn't even catch the ball. Alright, but here is a 3rd and 10. Tayamu in shotgun. Abram Smith, the back one, to the left. Here is Tayamu. He looks to throw, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to try to take off and run. And he's taken down by Vic Beasley right at the line of scrimmage. and he is now slow to get up. He's helped up by the offensive line, but he's definitely taken some hits so far today. Alright, so 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and the defenders will send on the field goal unit for a 47-yard field goal. This is not going to be easy through the rain on a slipperier conditions through the wind as well. The kick is up, drifting, and no good. Nope, we got a timeout called for. Never mind. So timeout was called for by the defenders before they go ahead and attempt this field goal. But this is definitely not going to be an easy field goal. Alright, so the field goal unit on here for a 47-yard field goal. A wide snap. Hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So the defenders, they get on the board to make it a 6-3 game. And it is a good thing they used that timeout, because otherwise they would have given the Vipers excellent starting field position and not have gotten themselves on the board. A low-scoring game, total of 9 points so far, 6-3 in favor of the Vipers. But the defenders, they get themselves on the board with a long field goal, 47 yards to be exact. And now the Vipers will get their first just the ball in second half after the commercial break. And their defense, they've still been really good. I mean, they gave up 3 points on a long field goal, and they could really be down right now, but because their defense has been solid on the like they forced a long field goal, the only reason the defenders were able to get on the board. And then also they could really have to lead, the defenders, that is. But because of how they fumbled at the goal line, the Vipers have definitely caught in some breaks, but their defense has been good as well. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial here. I bet that rain is cold. Yeah, definitely. Probably. It is probably cold. I mean. And if the water physically isn't cold, I bet you it's making them cold. Because, I mean, I know whenever you're in the rain, you probably get cold. Alright, so they kick it. They have it teed up and are set to kick it away here. And oh, the kicker slips as he kicks it away. He planted his foot and then slipped. But that's going to count, and we get a flag down, so that's going to be a kick out of bounds, give the Vipers excellent starting field position. Planted his foot and almost hit the ref in the head. But he planted his foot and he couldn't plant it because it just kept sliding. So they will start at the 45-yard line of the defenders. Here is Brett Hundley back in at quarterback to give to Rod Smith. We got a flag down, but a good run from Smith gains 7. And again, can we please dry off this camera? We got an illegal formation, so that run will come back. The main camera view is like the only one they must not have a towel to wipe it off for. Because that is the only camera where there's water all over it. The rest you can clearly see out of it. But Brett Hundley is back in at quarterback for the Vipers. As they have kind of had a quarterback rotation so far between Hundley and Luis Perez. Neither have been overly great so far. Here's a 1st and 15. Hundley looks to throw, now he's going to take off and run. And he is up to the 40-yard line of the defenders. To bring up a 2nd down, that's what Brett Hundley can do as a runner. It's a bit more than what Luis Perez can do. Here is a 2nd and 7. Here is Hundley to throw. He's pressured, escapes the rush, and Hundley is going to get dragged down for a loss of 2. Alright, we got a 3rd and 9. And now as the play clock hits 0, we got a timeout called for by the Vipers. And that will give them a... That will prevent the delay game penalty. So 3rd and 9, now each team with 2 timeouts remaining in the second half. And now each team also with their challenge remaining, but keep in mind, you do need to have a timeout in order to use your challenge. So that adds an element into spending timeouts. You've got to know that if you're going to go spend your 3rd timeout, then you can no longer challenge something. Here is a 3rd and 9. 8:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. Hundley in shotgun. Here he looks to throw. And that is caught by Josh Lovett inside the 30-yard line. Taken down at the 20. It's so hard to tell exactly what the play is when they've thrown it from behind him. Or when the camera view is from behind him. But Josh Lovett out of the backfield makes the catch. And the Vipers move the chains to the 20-yard line at the edge of the red zone. Hundley in shotgun here. Here is the give to Josh Lovett up the middle, and Lovett going to run for 5. Good run there. Back-to-back good plays for Josh Lovett. Here is a 2nd and 6. They're going to give him 4 on that previous run, even though it looked more like 5. 86 in motion. Hundley looks to throw. And he's going to swing this out to Josh Lovett. Lovett's got a first down. Gains 7, maybe 8 on the play. Looks like it's going to be about 7. And he's got a first down. Brett Hundley, Vipers quarterback, his kind of like career path, he was 3rd in UCLA history with passing yards, 9,966. 5th round pick in 2015 to the Packers. Played in 18 games with the Packers and Cardinals, and now he's here in the XFL with the Vipers. Here is Hundley gives to Lovett up the middle, and Lovett's going to gain about 2. Can they please wipe off this camera? This is driving me insane. Alright, here is a 2nd and goal. Hundley almost drops the snap. Now he is going to throw this to the end zone. Incomplete. As it was a low snap, obviously the ball is wet, so it's going to be slippery. Then he went play action. That play was kind of a mess. Like, 5 guys fell down. Hundley almost dropped the ball, and then he threw an incomplete pass. So what happened for just an incompletion? That brings up a 3rd and goal here for the Vipers. Hundley's got an empty backfield from the 7. And we now have a delay a game. So that'll back him up. And that'll give them a 3rd and goal from now the 12. That's a bad cameraman for sure. The producer isn't sure. The producer sure isn't on the ball at all tonight with this game. Yeah, definitely. Definitely does not appear like it. Here is Hundley on the quarterback draw. He's got some blockers. And Hundley is going to get it up to the 5-yard line. That's going to bring a 4th and goal. And it appears, or you would think they're going to set up for field goal, and yeah, that they will take the offense off the field. Now, we just saw the kicker slip for the defenders. Let's see if this Vipers kicker is able to plant his foot and kick the field goal. Oh, he slips, and it's no good. We should probably fix this field. Just a thought. As he planted his foot, again, his foot did not plant. Instead, it just started to slide across the field. And after a good drive, they're not able to get any points on the board because of the bad field conditions. And the score now stays at 6-3 Vipers. Oh, official attendance of tonight's game is 6,023, the lowest yet. But I mean, the field, stadium, whatever you want to call it, only holds 10,000 people. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The defenders will take over after the missed field goal, which really should have been good. It was almost made, but he just couldn't make it because of the... because of the field conditions. Alright, still waiting for him to come back from commercial. Alright, so they're back from commercial. Here is the give. No, Teamo on the keeper. Sorry, it's hard to see because they've got this gigantic water drop in the middle of the camera. Sorry. That is really annoying me, though. But, Teamo keeps it there for a solid gain of 6 to bring up a 2nd and 4. Here is Teamu in shotgun, looks to throw. And that is a wide throw, incomplete, looking for Chris Blair. And we got a flag thrown. I didn't think that was pass interference. We're talking it over here. There is no foul on the play. Never mind. Good call. That was... like, if we can get a replay, that would be great, but I don't think we're going to get one here. But, did not appear to be pass interference. Unless there was a grab before we saw. But, here's a 3rd and 4. Blair motions out wide. Here is Teamu to throw. And he throws that is complete to Josh Hammond to the 32-yard line for a first down. So from the 32, Teamu in shotgun here. Here is the gift to Armstead up the middle, and he's got a solid run, a really good run actually, up to the 38, gain of 6 on the play. They're going to mark him gain 5. And we've got another injured player down. That is number 1 for the Vipers. Mr. Harriel. Again, I probably said that wrong. I remember saying his name before and saying I probably said that wrong. Alright, here is Jared King in at quarterback. He hands off to, quote, Armstead. And Armstead is out of bounds after a gain of 8. And he moves the chains as well. I feel like for a team with Abram Smith, the first overall pick in the XFL draft, they've used Armstead a lot more. But now Abram Smith is on the field, both running backs there. But De'Ara King in at quarterback here. Here is the keeper for King up the middle. He's got some blockers, and he is taken down across midfield at the 48. No, 43. Sorry, it's hard to tell because of the look they're giving behind the quarterback. It's very annoying and hard to tell. But a 2nd and 1. Here is the gift to Armstead. He cuts it up the middle, and I don't know, gain of about 6, 7. It's really hard to tell. But he is able to move the chains. But De'Ara King, last week he was 1 of 2 for 7 passing yards, also had 8 rushes for 14 yards and a touchdown. He is 1 of 12 FBS quarterbacks. They took that down really quickly, with 8,000 passing yards and some amount of rushing yards. Okay, they finally cleaned off this camera, so we're back to the normal look. Here is King on the keeper. Up the middle, he's got some blockers. He is going to gain 10 on the play. And now, they've just not thrown the football much. And when they have, it has not been effective. So, I mean, the defenders, they may turn into this really run-first, run-oriented team. Because while they do have a good quarterback in Jordan Howell, he has not played well so far. And they've had some success when they've had De'Ara King in there at quarterback. Here is the gift to Abram Smith. Smith into the open field. He's got a first down, breaks a tackle, and is out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Good run there for Abram Smith. And that brings us to the 4th quarter. I feel like a very fast game so far. I mean, not much scoring. It is 6-3. 6-3 Vipers as we enter the 4th quarter in the pouring rain. Alright, so they head to the 4th quarter. The defenders lead the Vipers lead the defenders 6-3. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial here. So, it's been a very, very low-scoring game so far. I'd expect that to continue. We might see this game end 6-3. I mean, that's just how it's been so far. But, I don't know. If I had to take a guess at the final score from what we've seen so far, I really have no idea. Maybe I could see teams scoring touchdowns, but I don't really think we'd see field goals because kickers can't plant their foot. But if I had to take a guess at what the final score would be after we've seen 3/4 of play, I'll take the Vipers by a score of, I don't know, 12-9. Some updated results in the poll. 54% of you guys have said the Defenders. 46% have said the Vipers. Game summary so far. Both teams have been able to run the football more effectively than their previous week. Here's another run. De'Ara King breaks a tackle, and King is in for a touchdown. The Defenders take their first lead of the day on the first play of the fourth quarter. Oh, wait, we got a flag down. Hold everything. Hold up. Is there no flag? I don't know. Alright, apparently there's no flag. The defender is going to line up to go for one from the 2-yard line. King in shotgun here. He is going to keep this, and he's going to make a cut and get into the end zone for a Defender's touchdown. Not touchdown, sorry, but the 1-point conversion, that sounds so weird to say, but is good. And it is now 10-6. And that was the first offensive touchdown the Vipers have allowed in 7 quarters, so in this season. The first offensive touchdown. And now the Defenders, they've looked a lot better with De'Ara King at quarterback. I mean, he's not necessarily your usual quarterback. He's a runner. He is not even quarterback size. It's like 5'9". Yeah, he's 5'9", 201. He's a rushing quarterback like that. And I mean, it seems weird to say, but could the Defenders just become almost a strictly run-first or a insanely run-heavy team like that? Where we're just going to see a lot of option plays, stuff like that. I mean, teams will get used to it eventually, but it just... Well, we got some trickery on the return. They reversed the field and returned up to the 29. But could the Defenders... Could they be like... kind of like a triple option team, but not really? Like, not like if you guys follow college football, you would know Army and Navy and Air Force are all triple option teams. But like, could the Defenders not be a triple option team where they run essentially the same play every time, but be an option team where you know it's gonna somehow end up in the hands of either De'Ara King or one of the running backs? I mean, you would think you'd know what's coming, but it can get hard to defend at times. But at this time, the kicker doesn't slip on the kickoff, and the Vipers offense back onto the field. Hundley in shotgun, Josh Lovett, the back lineup to his right. Here is Hundley to throw. That is caught, and he's up to the 38-yard line, gain of 9 on the play. And then we're a second down here for the Vipers. Actually, they're even a first down. Never mind. First and 10. Hundley in shotgun. Love at the back lineup to his right. Low snap. He fumbles the ball, and Hundley is able to get it, but he is going to lose about 4 or 5 on the play there. Conditions make it hard to hold on to the football. As you see there. Oh, it was a low snap to begin with, and he couldn't just snatch it. He had to tried to just grab it, but he had to just fall on it. Here is a, what is this, a 3rd and 5? Hundley, quick throw over the middle, caught by Matthew Sexton for a first down. Okay, so apparently when they said first down before, it really wasn't a first down. Interesting. But Hundley completes it to Matthew Sexton for first down. And here is quick throw outside to Matthew Sexton once again. And he is swung down at the 45-yard line by Davin Bellamy. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. With 12:45 to go in the 4th quarter. It's going to be a 2nd and 9, actually, so they will give him a yard on the play. 2nd and 9, Hundley in shotgun, Rod Smith back line to his right. Here is the give to Smith running left. He's going to cut this up the middle and gain 2, maybe 3. Again, it's hard to tell exactly how much they're gaining when the view is from behind the quarterback. Alright, so they're going to give him a yard there. Third and 8. Here is Hundley in shotgun. Once again, Rod Smith back one, which was left. And now here is the design run for Hundley up the middle. Does he have a first down? It's hard to tell. And let's see. It looks like it's awfully close. They're going to give him a 4th down, so he's short. It's a 4th and 2. They're going to keep the offense out there to go for it. Here is Hundley in shotgun. Jeff Badette in motion here. Here is Hundley. He's protected really well. Now he's going to look to take off and run. He's going to break a tackle. And he's going to lose the football. And it is recovered by the defenders. It is recovered by the defenders. I feel like that was the wrong decision by Brett Hundley, sorry. Tyler Huntley, I'm thinking Ravens backup. Brett Hundley. He's trying to take off and run here, but there's just too many guys around him. And on 4th down, you want to make a play, yes, but if you don't get it, you're going to give it to him. So you don't want to just lose the football there and take a sack. At least try to throw the football. I just don't think that was a good decision by Brett Hundley. And the defenders now have the football. Up 10-6. And they've got the ball back at the 44. Derek King comes back in at quarterback. Here is the gift to Abram Smith. He's going to bounce this outside, and Smith is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The defenders' offense, their first 6 drives, they had 3 punts, 3 fumbles, 35 plays, 134 yards. And their next 3 drives, they've got 21 plays and 10 points. So, a lot better recently. Here is King. He's going to hand off to Raquel Armstead. And Armstead with a very good run. Gets close to a first down. Looks like the spot's going to come in about half a yard short. No, they're going to move the chains. Never mind. And we got another injured player down. Number 0 down for the Vipers. That is Kelvin Pinkley. So hopefully he's okay. I mean, the field is definitely not helping the cause for injuries right now. Alright, so they go to commercial as they tend to the injured player. And, so it seems as if defenders are going to be using two quarterbacks. They've got De'Ara King in right now. As I said before, he's the more mobile quarterback. I mean, Jordan Ham was a very mobile guy himself, but De'Ara King is a running quarterback, if that makes any sense. And now I could definitely see them doing something where it's like they've got Te'amu in there for the first 3 quarters, and then De'Ara King comes in kind of as like a closer. As it reminds me something of what the Generals did in the USFL, if you guys watched that last year. I'm a Generals fan, so I know a bit more about them than any other team. But what they started, they had Luis Perez, who is now the Vipers quarterback, and they also have this guy DeAndre Johnson. He's a lot more like a De'Ara King, although a bit bigger. Now, they put Perez in for the first about 3 quarters. Obviously, DeAndre Johnson saw a few plays here and there in the first 3 quarters. And then they put DeAndre Johnson in for the 4th quarter, and they just ran a lot of run plays. That's something they specifically did in the first game against the Stallions. And then, at one point, DeAndre Johnson had fully taken over the starting role. Then he got hurt, and Luis Perez came back in as Johnson missed a few games, and then they went back. It was really Perez who saw a lot more time once DeAndre Johnson got hurt. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. After the injury, so hopefully he's okay. Okay. So we got a second down here, so I missed the first down play. Sorry about that. So it's a loss of 4. The defenders' rushing offense, today they've got 31 carries for 153 yards, 4.9 yards a carry, and 1 touchdown. Last week they had 2 touchdowns, but averaged like 2.8 yards a carry, and under 100 yards. Ethan Wolf, the tight end, in motion. Here is to give to Abram Smith. Smith cuts this up the middle. Smith into space. Abram Smith down the sideline, taken down at the 9-yard line. A big run there for Smith, and they've had a lot of runs more like that today than last week. And that's a big reason they're averaging more yards a carry, and they've got more rushing yards in total. But first and goal here, we've got some kind of delay or stoppage, not sure what it is. Hold on, let me see if I can figure out what this is. Alright, so play was stopped for some reason, not sure exactly why. I don't know if they had to fix the field or something. Touchdown like now? Hold on, am I far behind again? No, I'm not. But, before the defenders also scored, I'm not sure. Alright, let's see. First and goal here, Derek King in shotgun. Here is Abram Smith. Bounces this outside. Abram Smith is in for a touchdown. So you were right, touchdown right there. And the defenders extend their lead. It is now 16-6. Abram Smith, 9-yard rushing touchdown. And let's see what they're going to opt to go with here. It's already a 2-score game, so it really doesn't matter what you go with. Because, remember, you've got a touchdown and 3-point conversion is 9. They're going to go for 2 here to make it 18-6, which would make it a 12-point game. Which is smart, because then to make it a 2-score game, well, not really, but to make it the easiest 2-score game, you'd go touchdown, 3-point conversion. Here is King to throw, and he is going to find Ethan Wolf for the conversion, the tight end. And it is now 18-6. And the defenders extend their lead. But now, Derek King, he's not a passer necessarily. Despite playing quarterback, he's not a passer. He used to play wide receiver, but he's not a quarterback. He's a shorter quarterback, so it's going to be harder for him to throw and see over the line of scrimmage or over the lineman. But he's able to throw there. What happened when you left? DC was down 6-0. Well, they put in Derek King, and apparently it makes a big difference at quarterback. Because he now... They kicked the field goal, a long 47-yard field goal. Then Derek King came in at quarterback, and he had a rushing touchdown. Then their defense forced a fumble on a 4th down. Then they got the ball good field position, and then Abram Smith just ran it in for a 9-yard touchdown, and then they got the 2-point conversion to make 18-6. So that is what you missed. Now, Derek King has been really good for the defenders. I don't know if you could play a whole game with him at quarterback. I don't. I mean, he's a very, very good player for them. He adds a lot to their offense with what he can do with his legs. And we just saw in the 2-point conversion, he can also throw the football. I don't know if you can play an entire game with Derek King at quarterback. Because, I mean, he's good, but it's just... What, are you going to throw the ball 5 times a game? Like, it just doesn't really make sense. I could definitely see him putting it in for maybe a half or a quarter or something like that. Or someplace here and there, plus like the 4th quarter. But I just don't know if you could do it for the whole game. Some up-tier results in the poll. 60% of you guys have said the Defenders. 40% have said the Vipers. So now, I had said the Vipers all along, and now the Defenders have a tremendous 4th quarter, and now I look terrible. Alright, so they're back from commercial break here. The defenders now lead 18-6. And it appears as if the rain has lightened or stopped. But on the return here is DeAndre Torrey. Tries to make a man miss, but is taken down at the 22-yard line. And that is where the Vipers offense will take over. Coming on at quarterback. They cut away before I could tell who the quarterback was. But Abram Smith, the guy who ran in the touchdown just now, 9 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown, having himself a nice day. Although, I think they should use him a bit more. Only 9 carries. I think he should get used just a bit more. He did have a fumble at the goal line before, which might be a reason he's not getting used quite as much. But, I don't know. Here's Brett Hundley back in at quarterback. Play action. He escapes the rush. Now Hundley is going to throw in... Almost picked off. Brett Hundley nearly just threw an interception, which may have sealed the game. I mean, there's still 8 minutes left, but it's a 2-score game. The Vipers haven't scored since the first quarter. But here is Hundley. He's going to go deep down the field. It is incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the intended receiver. It's had a quiet game so far. Really, the Vipers have had a quiet game. They have not been able to do much offensively. Alright, here's a 3rd and 10 here for the Vipers after 2 incompletions. Here is Hundley to throw on 3rd and 10. Here's a quick throw outside for... Oh, we got some broken tackles and we got a first down. I was going to say for about nothing, but we got a 13-yard pickup as we got some broken tackles by tight end Cam Sutton. And he's able to pick up a huge 3rd down conversion there. Here is a 1st and 10. Hundley looks to throw. And now he is going to go down for a sack back at the 31-yard line. Number 99, that is Joseph Wallace, in for the sack. He takes down Brett Hundley. And it is now backed up to a 2nd and 16. Here is Hundley. He is going to dump this off to running back Rod Smith. He's able to stay in bounds, and Smith is going to lunge forward for 3. Not much there on the quick little swing pass out to his running back. Alright, 6 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Hundley in shotgun. Rod Smith the back line to the left. Here is Hundley to throw. Here's a quick throw that is caught by tight end Cam Sutton. We got a flag down. Sutton goes up and over. This guy's got some impressive skills for a ball carrier. For a bigger tight end. But we got holding on the Vipers that will back him up. So holding will back them up even further. I'm trying to find out Cam Sutton. He seems like a bigger tight end. but I don't know exactly how big he is, because I can only find Cameron Sutton, who's the Steelers' corner in the NFL. Here's a quick throw. Brett Hundley completes it, and Sneak Sweeting gets it almost back to the original line of scrimmage to make it a 4th and 12. But now the Vipers will be forced to punt it away, and they need their defense to come up with a big stop on this upcoming defender drive. So 4th down, the defender is going to get the football back with 5 minutes to go, as we have 3 seconds to go. Here is Carrizosa to send it away. And we got a fair catch called for at the 33-yard line. And that is where the defenders will take over. 1st and 10. Let's see. Is it De'Ara King back on at quarterback? I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't be. Yeah, De'Ara King back on at quarterback. In shotgun here. Here is the give to Armstead up the middle, and Armstead with a good run of 5. And that brings up a 2nd and 5 here for the defenders. From their own 33, sorry. Here is the gift to Armstead once again, and this time he's only able to run for 2. Maybe got a 3rd yard there, but not much space. And we now hit 4 minutes to go in the game. The Vipers must get a stop here on this upcoming 3rd down play. Absolute must. Rushing yards, defenders almost at 200 rushing yards. 143 of them have come in the second half. The Vipers with about 75, 80 rushing yards. Here is King in shotgun here. As the gift to Armstead once again, and Armstead breaks the tackle. He's got a 1st down. He's taken down at the 44. And now if you're the Vipers, you got to spend your first time out here, right? Right, wouldn't that make sense? No, they're let the clock keep running. Now 3 minutes to go. Okay, kind of interesting why they wouldn't spend the time out. Here is the gift to Abram Smith. Smith is going to gain about 2. Maybe a bit more, maybe 3. Now the clock has stopped, and they spent their 2nd time out. So a 3-yard run there makes it a 2nd and 7. I still don't understand why they wouldn't have used the timeout before. Because they were able to now wind it down to under 3 minutes before they snapped that. I would have spent the timeout after they picked up the 1st down. That's just me. I don't know if you guys would agree with that. Let me know in the comments. Some updated results from the poll. 62% of you guys have said the defenders will win. 38% have said the Vipers. Here is a 2nd and 7 for the defenders. De'Ara King in shotgun. Abram Smith. I wind up to his right. I'll get your comment in a second. Here's the gift to Smith once again. And a solid run there. Gains about 5. It's hard to tell from this camera angle from behind the quarterback. But it looks like he gains about 5. The Battlehawks did comebacks back to back. I saw that. Well, I actually didn't see the physical comeback. I've not watched the highlights of that game, but I did see that they were able to come back-to-back games now. And I feel like the Battlehawks are going to be that type of team where it's going to be, they're going to get some wins where they probably shouldn't be winning those games. Like, they're going to be able to come away with some wins. Like, all their wins will be close games and stuff like that. Or most of them, I should say. I feel like they're going to be that type of team. I feel like the Defenders, they could also be that type of team. But I definitely think the Battlehawks will be a team that will be in a lot of close games, and in most instances be on the winning side of it. But that's just how I feel after watching the first 2 weeks. Here is a 3rd and 2 for the Defenders. King in shotgun here. High snap, designed run. King got a first down, I think. He's definitely crossed the marker. Yeah, he's got a first down. And now the Vipers no longer have a timeout left. Well, they do have the 2-minute warnings. That'll stop the clock, but... no timeouts used. It also means their challenge. They no longer have their challenge. So we hit the 2-minute warning here. The Defenders lead the Vipers 18-6. With 2 minutes to go in the game. The Vipers defense has not been able to get a stop when they've really, really needed it right now. In the final 5 minutes of the game. Because the Defenders, they got the ball back with 5 minutes to go. They just could not. They could not get a stop. The Defenders are now up to 218 rushing yards on 39 carries, 5.6 yards a carry as a team. Their leading rusher is still Jordan Taylor, who's got 12 carries, 68 yards. Abram Smith, a close second. And really everyone having a nice game who's ran the football for them. Abram Smith, 10 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown. Raquel Armstead, 13 carries, 54 yards. And Derek King, 4 carries, 32 yards and a touchdown. But I definitely feel the Defenders will be a team that will be a very run-heavy team. As when you look at their run-pass split, they've thrown it 23 times, ran it 39. And when did they put Derek King in? Because they have not thrown the ball, excluding the 2-point conversion, with Derek King. Hold on, let me check real quick. They put Derek King in okay, to start the 4th quarter. So they have not attempted a pass since the 4th quarter, or since the 3rd quarter, excluding the 2-point conversion, where he threw a 2-yard touchdown, or conversion. Alright, so they're showing a game recap so far. As 2 minutes to go, Defenders on their way to victory number 2 and dropping the Vipers to 0-2. But the Defenders lead 18-6 with 2 minutes to go. They've got the football here as well. The Vipers out of timeouts and now have no way to stop the clock. Defenders having a really nice day running the football. I just mentioned all their stats. They're showing them right now. Abram Smith, Jordan Ta'amu, Raquel Armstead, all over 50 yards rushing. De'Ara King with 32 yards and a touchdown as well. Here is King in shotgun. Armstead, the back line, up to his right. Here is the give to Armstead up the middle. And Armstead is going to gain about 3, maybe 4. So now, the Defenders do need a first down. Sorry, not a timeout. They do need a first down. They've got a 2nd and 7. So if you're the Vipers, if you can get a stop, wait, do they need? I think they do. But the Vipers would be left with extremely little time. Here is King. Hands off to Armstead, and Armstead is taken down after a gain of a yard there. So they've got a 3rd and 6. Defenders should keep it on the ground. Why not? They will need a first down. They'll be able to snap this with about 41 seconds. So if they take 6 seconds on this play, then they don't need a first down. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off the 2nd. Here's the give to Abram Smith running right. Smith is taken down close to the marker. And that play took long enough, they no longer need a first down. The game clock is about half a second ahead of the play clock. So yeah, that is the final. Defenders 18, Vipers 6. In a game with a lot of rain. A game with not great field conditions. And the Defenders come back down 6-0 at halftime. Score 18 unanswered points. And take the win 18-6 over the Vipers. They now advance to 2-0 on the season, dropping the Vipers to 0-2. A great game running the football for the Vipers. For the Defenders. Over 200 rushing yards, 3 players over 50 yards, 2 different players with a rushing touchdown. And the Vipers, not a good day. Defensively, they weren't terrible. But offensively, they scored a touchdown because the defense gave them the ball at the 2-yard line. Otherwise, nothing offensively. Offensively for the Vipers, they had exactly 179 yards. Not quite going to do it. Well, I shouldn't necessarily say that. The Defenders had somewhere around there last week, and they still ended up winning. Because of how good their defense was. But in this case, the Vipers' defense was not quite good enough to come out on top with the win. But a final score, Defenders 18, Vipers 6. All teams in the North have now played 2 games. The Battlehawks and Defenders are 2-0. The Vipers and Sea Dragons are 0-2. Tomorrow, all the South teams play. The Renegades and the Roughnecks face off at night. We will have another live watch party like this. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss that. That will start at about 7 Eastern. And then the Guardians and the Brahmas play each other tomorrow. We will not have a live watch party for that, but that is also another game tomorrow. But that's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications to don't miss any of the upcoming videos or tomorrow's live stream. I do my best to post as often as possible. And, yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night. And, I'll be back tomorrow at about 7 Eastern for the Roughnecks against the Renegades. But I thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. Hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next video.